Hi, I'm Frankenstein Rabbid. Mad scientists, particularly the prototypical Victor Frankenstein, are depicted as creating the creature known as Frankenstein's monster in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein and its adaptations. In the story, Victor Frankenstein becomes obsessed with scientific discovery and brings the monster to life, a pursuit that ultimately leads to his own downfall. The trope of the mad scientist creating life through forbidden experiments has been a cornerstone of the horror genre since the novel's publication. That's why I'm filling in for CH. Rabbid. Now let's review a movie Frankenweenie. Let's go see it. The story. Here's the most scariest story that has been ever told. Young Victor Frankenstein, Charlie Taven, is a science nerd and outsider at school, but he does have one good friend, his dog, Sparky. But then, tragedy strikes, and Sparky shuffles off this mortal coil. Victor is heartbroken, but his science teacher, Martin Landau, gives him an idea of how to jolt old Sparky back to life. The experiment is successful, and all goes well, until Victor's fellow students steal his secret and use it to resurrect other dead animals, with monstrous consequences. This was Tim Burton's most scariest movie other than a 1984 version. I have only one thing to say about the animation, and this is Whiskers is transformed and morphed into one scary vampire cat. This was the second film to include the morphing sequence. The first one was Coraline from 2009. The characters. Let's meet the students who made the experiments into their worst nightmares. Victor Frankenstein is a clever and industrious 11-year-old boy who is inspired by science. He lives with his parents and dog, Sparky, in the town of New Holland. Victor immerses himself in making films and inventing in his attic workshop. When Sparky dies in a car accident, Victor uses scientific ingenuity to bring him back to life. Sparky is a devoted and playful bull terrier whose sense of curiosity is matched only by his beloved owner, Victor. Sparky enjoys chasing after balls and being the star of Victor's homemade movies. He exudes tons of energy and enthusiasm, which even his untimely death doesn't diminish. Elsa Van Helsing is a 10-year-old soulful and serious classmate of Victor Frankenstein. She lives next door to him with her tyrant uncle, Mayor Burgemeister, who forces her to be this year's little Dutch girl at the town's Dutch Day celebration. Elsa also has a beloved pet, her poodle Persephone, and truly empathizes with Victor when he loses Sparky. She is the object of Victor's affections. Her appearance looks like a female counterpart to Victor, although she and Victor may not show it, but the two neighbors appear to harbor romantic affections towards each other. Edgar E. Gore is a 10-year-old needy misfit who doesn't have friends but is desperate to be Victor's partner for the science fair. In his attempts to be accepted, he tends to mess things up and often fails to think before he speaks. Even though he promises not to tell Victor's secret, he accidentally spills the beans. Bob is a mom-ass boy, the brawn to Toshiyuki's brains. He is never mean-spirited, but he's easily led and gullible. Bob follows Toshiyuki everywhere, but is the first one to run to Victor for help when he gets in over his head. Okay, I'm sorry for this review to be short, so I'll be going back to sleep, and the real CH. Rabbid, who actually made me just like the mad scientist does in the movies. We'll see you on the next review.